Hey guys, Todd here again with TW Home Show. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another project I'm going to be working on with you, and that's because we've decided this spring, coming up in another few weeks, we're going to take out our RV again, along with our golf cart that I fixed up last year. And I want to do an improvement to this golf cart, which I've been wanting to do for a while. I purchased a winch for the front, because my concern was, not so much as I know it will help if we get stuck in a mud puddle or something like that. We'll have a winch to pull ourselves out, but also because if this were to break down for some reason, the battery failed, the motor failed, or something like that, then how am I going to get it up into the garage of the RV, up that steep ramp? And that was, a concern for me, because that would take a ton of people to try to push this thing up the back of the RV ramp. So I decided, I should have a winch on here just in case, so that I can power that up on a separate 12-volt battery that's in here and use the electric winch that I bought when we were traveling through Canada last year. And here it is. This is the winch I got. I know it looks rough. The box got wet, but it's everything in here complete. I got the winch assembly with the controls, the remotes, and the remote control box. Everything's in here, and so it's a 2000 model by MotoMaster, and I'll leave a link to all this stuff I'm using here in the video description below. If I can't find this exact link that you can order online, I'll find one that's similar to this model right here. But most of them will come with a mounting plate too. So I was looking at, how am I going to mount this thing to the front? It would have been ideal if it had like a hitch port on it, and I could slide the winch on or off if I needed it. But, that would require a little bit more work. It would probably require like some welding work, which I wasn't prepared to do. So I was wondering, how am I going to mount this thing? Maybe I can mount it like that, but then this thing is covering, this other tow hook is kind of covering where the winch has to mount. So after many months, I was looking online, and I was looking up winch brackets for like UTVs and stuff. And I found this one. So I found this one right here. And this thing, after I received it, found out that, it will fit like this and give me a little bit more room for anchor mounting point there for the winch. Hopefully this tow hook doesn't get in the way that much. But I can drill a few holes in here. And this beam is hollow on the backside, so I can get some nuts and bolts and washers to hold that in place, and that should be just strong enough. Like I said, we're not going to be helping truckers and stuff, four-wheel drivers get their trucks out of pits and mud and stuff. It's just to pull this unit here if need be. So guys, stick around, and we'll see if we can get this done. All right, welcome back. Now, it looks like I've done some planning here. It looks like there will be holes already made. These two center holes here, actually they line up perfectly with these holes here on the bottom of the winch mount. So they'll mount right in there, right perfectly like that. Like that. And then I'll have this, I don't know what they call this, but where the hook comes out and the cable runs back and forth through here. These holes are too far apart from the factory one. See, it normally would mount like this, just like that on the factory mount. This one I'll have to drill 2 more holes up through right in these areas here, above these holes diagonally. and that will mount just like that. So as you can see, if we get it set up something like that, it should fit. I'll drill some holes in here, right in the front beam, in that front axle beam, and that will be sitting up there, you know, similar to this alignment here. So that will work. So look at these. I got these off of Amazon. I'm excited to use these. I hope they're going to be really, really sharp as advertised in the description and the customers' reviews. It's a whole container for the top. I like this. Keep them neatly. And it's got all sizes of bits in here. And I can feel they are really, really, really sharp. So, and I like the container. So I'll leave the link to these in the video description below, but I'm hoping that these are sharp enough to drill through that heavy duty front axle bar there, because it is thick. It's a thick piece of steel. Also drilling through our mounting plate, our winch mounting plate. That's going to be tough as well. This is a thick plate. This is heavy duty steel, and you're wondering, hey Todd, that thing might just bend when you try to pull something out. I don't know. With the strength you get from the stiffening from the angles that are made into this, and just the thickness of the steel. This is not like a little tiny flimsy piece of steel that, you know, I can flex or anything. This is solid. So, and it's as solid as that front axle. So once I bolt this on, I'm going to probably use 4 bolts. I'm going to drill 4 holes in it. I'm going to use these top holes and then these elongated holes with bolts and washers, and 4 of these will be bolting it to the front. That's my idea. We'll see if it works. All right, these bits are nice and sharp. I hope they can stay sharp for the few holes I need here, but it's going in pretty good. I just drained 1 battery. So let's see if we can finish this hole. See, I'm drilling these outer ones a little bit bigger because I have those larger slot holes in the bracket, and I'm thinking I can have, you know, a 1 size bolt in the center and then a little bit thicker, beefier bolts on the outer edges. So I'm almost done. I got 1 more to do, and by doing that, I got to switch to a brand new sharp blade again, which is helping, because after cutting a few of these, drilling a few of these holes, the blade's dulled out a lot. And this is some really thick steel. So let me finish this up. There we go. Nice. Now I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's and get some bolts to match up to these, and washers and some locking nuts. So that's good for now. All right, I went to Lowe's and I got some hardware, so I think I've got everything I need. I got the bolts a little bit longer than what were included with the winch and the winch bracket. I got some lock nuts, also got nylon insert nuts, so that should help. I got lock nuts, or lock washers, and nylon locking nuts. So let's get this bolted on and see, kind of get an idea how strong it might be. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. And before I tighten it up, before I tighten it up, get the other 2 bolts in so it's aligned with the hole properly. Now these are 2 different size bolts. I got 3/8 and 5/16. pretty good. Go ahead and start tightening. Do this. This thing is solid as a rock here now. A slight, I mean, let me see. There's a little bit slight give there, so I don't know. Like I said, just to pull it up into our RV garage. So I'm going to continue on. I'm going to next. I guess I'm going to try to, drill the two holes here. I'm going to get this bolted on next, or just drilled out, and then I'll have the holes ready. Yeah, I might have to put this in first, and then put the winch in, because I might not be able to get to the nuts or the bolts from behind here. There we go. Okay, see if these line up, and they do. I'm gonna put a washer and a nut on the back of each. All right, I had to take a little break here. I had to wait a day to get an E-clip remover tool. Remember, on this winch here, I can't get the hook, the latch through here. So I got that in. That is right here, and I went ahead and got a kit. So it's got the tool right here for different size E-clip removal. And I was like, you know what? Knowing my luck, I'll pop that E-clip off and it'll spring across the garage and I'll lose it. So I went ahead and got this kit. Has a bunch of replacement size E-clips in case that happens. So we got that handled. And then also I wanted to get in the battery, which the battery came in today. I'll show you. And I had to clear a spot out, reorganize the battery compartment under the golf cart seat area. I'll show you that right now. Okay, so let me show you from this side. Of course, I have this monster battery right here. This is the drive battery and the charger there. And then I just got this battery, and it's an AGM battery. I had to relocate all my wiring and fuse panel and circuits back here, and cleared a spot for a battery tray in there. And also that nice size battery. And it says it's a 70 amp hour battery, and that is going to be powering our winch. So I've got to install for that battery, I've got this still to charge, this smart charger. That's going to charge our 12 volt battery over there. So that one down there charges this big one, or the drive battery, and this one is going to charge our winch battery. So I think I'm going to probably mount that down in here, right next to that other one. All right, let me give you an idea of how I'm going to make both chargers work. This is an idea I had. I'm going to try it out. Not exactly sure if it's going to be able to work or not, but I've got my charging plug area right there. A no-co charger takes a regular extension cord to charge the whole golf cart. And that comes in here, and right here is where it plugs into that charger there that I've already had. So I'm going to take this Y, electrical extension cord Y adapter, plug it into here, and one's going to plug into this charger back here, and the other end is going to plug in to this charger right here. So, and then we've got our cabling that comes with this charger right here that I can route over to the battery to charge from our new charger. Okay, I got the charger mounted. for the 12-volt battery. Let's go ahead, plug this in. Looks like it's working. It's down back there. See down there? This is the big battery charger. That's the 12-volt battery charger back there. I just have it strapped in with some nylon straps. And then, of course, the cable's right here. Now, I do have other cable ends that I'll probably be using, and I might just cut these and put them directly onto the new cable ends. Guys, let me try to show you what I got going on here. Here's the positive and negative that go to the winch motor, and they're really short cables. So I wanted to hide the controller box up behind this paneling here, and I didn't want to drill into this or have that controller box for the winch exposed. So I found a little area up here, and I wanted to show you this before I start actually getting this stuff in here, because it's going to be hard to show. But let me get a flashlight here. You can see here's my control box right here, and it's got some eyelets on it where you can screw it down. I think I'm just going to strap it. I'm going to strap it up in here with some nylon straps, and then we still have to plug in our switch right into here. See that? So we got to plug the switch in. So I got to run the switch from somewhere on the dash, behind the dash, and come up behind here and plug it in to the control box. So let me show you where I'm planning on putting the switch, possibly. So I got the switch over here, and I think I'm going to mount it right here. So if you can see that, so I can control the winch from right here. That way I can kind of be standing off to the side and watch it while I press the button. And not only that, I couldn't find an ideal spot to mount it. This dashboard that I got, custom dashboard's pretty flimsy. So this I could screw in here with a self-tapping screw and get it to mount pretty solid. And then I figure I'll run the, let me show you something. I'm gonna go ahead and run the cable for it. See, it's got a larger end on it that has to plug in that control box. I think I'm gonna run it under here and have it go in through the brake pedal opening hole right here. And then I can feed that through to the other side. That way the cable is not going to get snagged by your feet, and then the cable will come out over back. See, here's the brake pedal and that pretty large opening there, and then I can run that through here and then run it up to the front bumper and plug it into the control module of the winch. So I just want to give you a close-up view so you understand what I'm doing. And I don't want you to say, hey Todd, you didn't show me how you did all this stuff, where you mounted it, where was the best position. So I wanted to give you all that information ahead of time. So I got to jump in here and squeeze myself into these difficult places. Oh, one other thing I need to tell you, I'm going to run into these cables that the winch companies put out are horrible lengths. This is for the positive and negative to the battery, and the battery's up here under the seat, and I got to route these underneath, and they're not nearly long enough. So I got to figure out what gauge wires these are, and I've got to already crimp ends, but I need to be able to splice these and lengthen them to get up, you know, and connect to this battery. It's not that far away, but it's right there. You got to come up through there. All right, I've decided I'm going to reinforce this bracket here because it does have a little spring to it. Let me show you. A little bit of spring to it, not much, but I got a piece of aluminum, kind of thick piece of aluminum at Lowe's. So I'm going to put one half of it over here and bend it up and bolt it there and there into the winch bracket and into the front axle there. And just to give it a little bit more support, because when this thing's pulling, it's going to want to pull this out with only these 4 bolts here. If I have a couple more up here, that's going to give it a little bit more balance and support there. So I'm just being a little bit cautious, and I think it'll help. And I got some black spray paint too, just kind of blend it all in so it looks like the factory. All right, I got it, guys. I've got to a point to where I just about caught up. There's a couple more things. I need some splicers that are going to come in tomorrow from Amazon to connect the final connection for the electrical to our 12-volt battery we put in. But here's what we got so far. I got the E-clip out of here. I fed through our hook. I got the electrical connections done here with the protective boots on, positive and negative. And most importantly, I stiffened it up with these two aluminum straps here, aluminum pieces, and they worked really well. I mean, it's gonna have a little flex, but now when it's pulling, you know, it's gonna pull from here at the bottom of the winch bracket and at the top. So I'm very, very happy about that. And I think, you know, I was scared that, man, if I leave it like this, the first time I use it, this thing's gonna be all jacked up and bent out of shape after all this hard work. But I think these aluminum bars here are gonna help stiffen that up and prevent something like that from happening. Like I said, it only has to carry the weight of itself, which is, I don't know, close to 1,000 pounds for the whole golf cart. So I think we'll be good. And it's just enough to pull it up the back RV ramp into the RV garage if this was incapacitated, like a motor drive went bad or something, or the battery went bad. Now here's our 12-volt battery. I got these nice connectors here. You can lift them up and pull them off. And then they also have this built-in protective kind of shroud on it, so you won't accidentally short out the battery by touching on the battery post up here. So I like those, and I got this fed to the charger back there, this wire, and then also down, and I got it coming up here, and this is where I have to splice. This goes to the battery, and these pieces are from the switch assembly for the winch. These are coming from the winch. Okay, one positive connection done, and we'll put a black sleeve on this one, heat shrink sleeve, and let's get another coupler ready. See, I missed a couple of strands, but the majority of it's in there. So slide this heat shrink over. Let's seal it. This way nothing will touch it and short it out when we tuck this cable away. And I kept a little extra here, as you can see, because just in case I got to relocate something, I don't have to start from scratch again. I can just reroute this cord. So I'm going to roll it up and wrap it up in here with a tie strap and tie it up underneath here. And then we will see where we're at. And I want to show you a gauge I got for this extra battery. I think I got everything set. Those wires are spliced together. The complete circuit from the battery to the winch is done and connected. And I want to show you this thing I got. Since I've got 2 batteries now, I want to keep track of how this battery is charging and what level it is. And right now it says it's 89%. You can see that. Nice little gauge. It says 12.9 volts. And it's got like a little meter, battery meter there. And you can turn it on or off. And the mode, you can set it to volts or the degrees of the battery. You can check that easily. So I'm going to plug it in here just to see how this reacts with it taking a charge. Okay, charger came on back there for this battery right here. That charger's blinking, it's coming on to charge the main battery. And let's look at our gauge here for 12 volt battery. Jumped right up to 100%. I guess it didn't need that much charging. 14.2 volts, 14.4. Nice. Guys, I'll leave the links to all these products that I used. If you want to pick and choose the products you like, I'll lead you in the right direction by clicking on the links below in the video description. And I think I'm very happy. Let me show you. I just did a little test with the winch. Here's our button right here. Watch the winch. It's working. But I'm going to go out front. We're going to test it out on the front driveway. I got a strap that I ordered for the winch to wrap it around things, and I'm going to wrap that strap around it, and we're going to see if this can pull its own weight. Will this Canadian winch that I ordered when traveling last year, will it pull its own weight? Let's find out. All right, guys, we are ready to test out this winch. See if it holds its strength with the bracket system I made, the mounting system, and see how long it can work with this battery. I'm not sure. I only got a 70 amp hour battery, so that might be an issue from what I've studied up on. Or it might be just enough to run it for like 5 minutes just to get you out of a bind. Then you're out of the situation and you charge your battery back up. So we're going to test out all that. And I'm just lining it up with this palm tree right over here in front of us. I'll stop it right there. And we're going to pull our winch out. See if that will do it. And also I want to check the battery just by running it just that much. And let's just see what effect it had on the battery. Okay, 82%. So it does have a pretty good effect on the battery. All right, I pulled it up just a little bit. Since we already went down to 82%, I want to be able to pull off this test. I gotta let it a little bit out. These are some heavy duty straps here. I don't even know if they'll fit into this hook. They don't really well, so I'm gonna strap this around like this. I hope I don't pull the palm tree over. That is not my goal. Okay, let's see if it works. Please, please work. I'm just gonna sit in here. We just need it to pull its own weight. Let's see what it's got. Going the right way? Yeah. Now I got to make sure it's in neutral. Parking brake is off. There we go. It's working. It's working, guys. Yes. Yes. It worked. I have a working winch for whenever we get into situations, any situations that might require a winch now, we are set. And it was a success because I didn't pull this nice palm tree over. I am so happy about that. So this winch should be able to pull it up into our RV garage and our motorhome, our Outlaw, in case something happens to the motor drive or the motor battery. Now let's see how much power we have left on this 12 volt winch battery. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's only down to 85%. Very nice. So happy. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this video helped some other people out if they were concerned about installing a winch, what size or what type of battery you should have. I did put an AGM battery in it with, I think, 750 cold cranking amps and 70 amp hours battery time. So that seemed to work, and I'm happy with my winch solution. And guys, thank you for tuning in on another one of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.